hello and welcome back to another video. Today here again back on Forza Horizon 4 to go over a list of 25 cars that are in this game that were later omitted from Forza Horizon 5 that I would like to see return. Now obviously many cars have returned since the launch of Horizon 5. Playground Games like to reintroduce them into the festival playlist, pretending they are new content. For example, this rather lovely BMW M3 GTS is in this week's festival playlist, but there are still a lot of cars in this game that I would like to see brought forward. So let's get going with a list of 25 cars that are in Forza Horizon 4 that I would like to see brought forward to Forza Horizon 5. Just before we get into the list of 25 individual cars though, there are a few brands that have been omitted entirely from Forza Horizon 5 that need to return. They are Abarth, Alfa Romeo, Citroën, Fiat and Lancia, among some others. These ones though are all under the Stellantis group, so there must be some reason as to why no agreement has been made for them for these brands in Horizon 5. They do also own, however, several other brands that are in the game, such as Maserati and Dodge, so it's not Stellantis as a whole that's a problem, but all of the cars that seem to be omitted, whole brands at least, belong to that group. There is, however, still a chance they may manage to secure them again by making a deal with that company down the line, a bit like they did with Toyota and Mitsubishi in Horizon 4. So I would still love to see those brands return at some point down the line. So now that those brands are out of the way, let's get going with our list of cars. Starting, of course, with the Aston Martin DBS. Obviously, I'm going to include the most beautiful car ever made. This was part of the James Bond pack back in Forza Horizon 4 and is one of my all-time favourite cars, so of course that's going to be what kicks off our list. Secondly, another stunningly beautiful Aston Martin. The Aston Martin Vanquish does need to come back to the game to go alongside that stunning DBS. And thirdly, the Aston Martin 177, which I don't actually like all that much. I think it's just an ugly, overpriced version of the DB9. However, it was a super limited run of only 77 cars, and is such an icon that I think it needs to return. And last but not least on my list of Aston Martins is the Aston Martin DBR1, which is that stunning little classic racing car. We continue with the BMW Z8 from the James Bond pack, as well as that DBS here in Forza Horizon 4, which is another stunning car. I do really like the Z8. The Cadillac XTS Limo needs to come back because, well, it's a limo, it would be brilliant. The Eagle Speedster, which is just simply one of the most beautiful cars ever made. I know I said that about the DBS, but anyway, it's like an E-Type, but even more beautiful. So I don't know why they removed this, because it did disappear between Horizon 1 and Horizon 4. It wasn't in 2 or 3. So they had only just brought this back in this game, so quite why they removed it again, I don't know. Either the GMC Cyclone or GMC Typhoon need to come back. They are both pretty similar. One's just a pickup and one's more of a 4x4. But one of these madly powerful American machines does need to come to Forza Horizon 5 at some point. In contrast to those big powerful American things, the tiny Japanese Honda S800, because it's a brilliantly fun tiny little car. The Hudson Hornet needs to return because it's, well, an icon really. The Jaguar XK120 similarly is just your typical classic car, and it is a stunningly beautiful icon of its time that needs to return alongside that Hudson. The Lotus Evora, I can't figure out why this was ever removed, or the Lotus Elise 11S, because neither of them have really got another alternative in that game yet, so quite why they were removed I will never know. The Mazda Cosmo, similarly to the Honda S800, it's just a really fun little classic Japanese car. The Mercedes SL65 Black Series, the huge V12 Black Series that people didn't really understand because it was kind of a bit too soft to be a Black Series, but it's still an incredibly cool car that needs to return to Horizon 5. Speaking of cool cars, the Mercedes 280 SL, one of the coolest cars ever made, and another stunning classic that we need to sit alongside some of those others that I've listed in this video. Sticking with classics, the MGB GT, which is actually what it's called technically, is a brilliant little classic car. You can't really have a game without an MGB. I mean, I understand why it was brought into Horizon 4 being set in the UK, and maybe that's why they've removed it, but I would love to see that return. Another British car, the Morgan Aero Supersports or the Aero GT, would love to see either of them return, would be great to see over in Mexico. The Opel Kadett A, because... Oliver! I mean, what other reason could I have to bring that back? The Pagani Huayra would be nice to see the standard one, if we can call it that, to return and sit alongside the BC, which is the only one we have at the moment. The Renault Clio RS16 concept, although I don't usually like small Renaults, I do want to see that one return, mostly so that I can be pushed off of a dam by Splitter again. Splitter, you! The Renault Sport Clio V6 is a brilliant little mid-engined hot hatch. What more do I need to say? The Vauxhall VX220, the Lotus that sort of isn't, but was cheaper I think and more powerful at the time, and is a brilliant, fun, tiny little sports car. The Volkswagen IDR Pikes Peak, that electric hill climb monster that you might remember from Forza Horizon 4 that kind of went round the world setting records in reality, would be an absolutely insane thing to see. Just imagine climbing the volcano hill climb in that car. And finally, the lovely little classic Volkswagen Carmen Ghia, which is a beautiful little thing and is kind of a better looking coupe version of the Beetle, if you like. So there we go, that brings an end to my list of 25 cars that are from here in Horizon 4 that are yet to be brought forward to Forza Horizon 5. As ever with these videos, I do love to know what you think, so let me know which of those cars you would like to see, or potentially if there's some on the list that you think don't deserve to be brought forward, or if there's some cars in Horizon 4 that were omitted from Horizon 5 that you would like to see return that I haven't included in this list. I would also love to know. That, though, is going to be all for today's video. I do hope to see as many of these cars as possible come forward to Horizon 5 during its lifespan, but that's going to be all for today, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next video very soon.